Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be making a list of what I think are the best or most convenient weapons to use in GTA Online. I'll not be including rockets, miniguns or grenade launchers or anything that's really overpowered because they're kind of the obvious choice. I'm going to sort of try to include weapons that you might not think of using or weapons that are convenient in different ways. And just like my previous video, I'm going to try to make it so that the best weapons are sort of towards the end of the list, and we'll be starting off with the sort of the least best, if that makes sense. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's just get straight into the video. So coming in at the number 8th spot, we've got the AP pistol. Now, what makes this pistol so good compared to other pistols is that it has a very rapid fire rate, like a machine gun, and it can be used when you're driving. For example, you can't use a machine gun when driving because you need two hands to hold that. But any small weapons like pistols, you can fire out the window. And because of its rapid fire rate, it makes it really easy to take out targets when they're chasing you. For example, here, I asked one of my friends to start shooting at me from behind, and as you can see, I'm easily able to take him out, whereas if I tried to do this with a regular pistol, it would be quite difficult because of its slow fire rate. Here's another example of where the AP pistol comes in handy. Here you can see I'm being shot by the cops, and also I'm in an armoured crewman, which makes it a really good weapon to use. And as you can see, I'm barely taking any damage, and I'm easily able to pick off these cops one by one. So the AP pistol is definitely a good weapon to have in your loadout. So in 7th place is going to be the Up and Atomizer. Now this is probably the most unique weapon on this list because it doesn't actually fire bullets, it fires like a sort of pulse. And what this weapon is really good for, that no other weapons can do, is getting vehicles unstuck. So as you can see, this is a delivery vehicle. I'm not actually doing a delivery, I'm just doing this as an example. But let's say it's stuck here. Usually you'd be screwed and the mission would fail. But as you can see, with the Up and Atomizer, all you need to do is shoot it a few times, and that frees the vehicle. And it's much better than sort of searching for another vehicle to try to get it free with, because by doing that you could just risk failing the mission, because if the vehicle gets stuck for too long, for some reason it kind of counts as destroying the cargo, and then that's it, you failed. But with the Up and Atomizer, it frees it almost instantly and you can carry on without failing. So in the number 6 spot, we're going to have the Special Carbine. Now this weapon is really accurate and it does quite a bit of damage. And it's probably one of the most common weapons I see people using during death matches. And what makes it so good is the fact that it's really good at taking out enemies with headshots at close range. So as you can see there, I had no trouble taking out my opponent. And again, look, here I go to take out my opponent, he rolls, I roll, and I get him with a headshot instantly. And that's it really, there's not really much else to say about this weapon. It's really accurate, it does quite a bit of damage, and lots of people use it during death matches. So definitely a good weapon to purchase. I'd recommend owning this weapon. So next on the list is we're going to have the Assault Shotgun. Now this is a unique shotgun because unlike most shotguns, this is actually semi-automatic, meaning that you can fire multiple shots at once as opposed to having to fire it, then reload it, then fire it, then reload it. I'd say this shotgun definitely takes the number 1 spot for being the best shotgun in the game, simply because of its high damage and rapid fire rate alone. And if that's not enough, this shotgun also has really far range. So as you can see, from this distance here, I'm able to take out my enemy with just a couple of shots. And that, combined with its high damage and its rapid fire rate, makes this shotgun an absolute beast of a weapon. No other shotgun compares to this shotgun, simply because it has better range, probably better damage than most shotguns, and a much better fire rate because it's semi-automatic, as opposed to most other shotguns where you have to actually load them before you fire. So again, in this instance, my enemy is quite far away from me, but yet I'm still able to lock onto them with a shotgun. And not only that, I'm able to hit them with perfect accuracy. This shotgun behaves more like a machine gun, but yet has the damage of a shotgun, which is why it's so good. In 4th place, we're going to have sticky bombs. And again, sticky bombs are a very unique item because, unlike any other weapon, they can be attached to vehicles and then blown up when you want them to be by pressing left on the D-pad. And what makes them so good is they're great for taking out people who are trying to kill you, like pursuers or enemies or anyone who's trying to attack you. As you can see, I asked my friend to drive behind me and start trying to shoot me. All I need to do is throw one sticky bomb, detonate it, and that's it, he's dead. So let's say you're doing a mission where you're doing cargo and you've got enemies shooting at you, or even another player. All you need to do is just throw a couple of sticky bombs, and as long as they're on the ground and they're in a relatively unarmoured vehicle, a bomb or two will be enough to blow them up. And that's it. It's a good way to stop yourself from being griefed or having your cargo blown up. Also, because they can be attached to objects, they can be used to troll people. For example, here I shot someone off an oppressor. We're just doing this as an example. This isn't an actual tryhard or griefer. But I shot him off his oppressor and I put a sticky bomb on it. And usually they wouldn't notice. So they get right back on their oppressor, try to blow you up. And then just as they're about to come after you, you just blow them up again. And it's a great way to troll people. Next on this list is we're going to have the explosive shotgun. Now, I know that I said earlier that the assault shotgun was the best shotgun, but the thing is, the explosive shotgun isn't really a shotgun. It's just a gun or a weapon that fires sort of explosive kind of blasts. It's not a shotgun. It doesn't really fire shells, which is why I'm not really going to count this as a shotgun. But the reason this weapon is so good is simply because of how powerful it is. Because it fires explosive rounds, it literally takes one shot to kill someone. And the range isn't the best, it's not like a machine gun kind of range, but if you get close enough and shoot someone with this, they're going to go down instantly. It's like an RPG or a sticky bomb, but with auto-aim. And also, it's great for taking out vehicles, as long as they're not too armoured, because then you might need a few more shots. But just regular cars, like police cars here, all I need to do is just shoot them once, and that's it, they're gone. And it's quite good for taking out multiple targets, because unlike the grenade launcher, first of all, it has a quicker fire rate, and it holds more rounds. And the best thing is that you don't have to sort of wait for the grenade to hit the vehicle. There's not a delay. It's just you fire the gun, and it hits the car immediately, and blows them up instantaneously. In second place, we have the explosive sniper rifle. Now, this is really great because for me, it serves one important, very important purpose, and that is taking out jet griefers. So as we know, when you've got a jet griefing, it's actually quite hard to take them out because you can fire a homing rocket at them and they'll just dodge it. Even if you've got an Oppressor Mark II, you can just spam rockets at them, and 9 times out of 10, especially if they're a good pilot, they'll also just dodge those as well. So what I did is I asked somebody to fly around in a jet and I tried to shoot them down with a homing rocket. As you can see, I lock onto them, I fire the rocket does chase after them, but all they have to do is fly in circles and the rocket eventually misses them. Before the explosive sniper came out, jets really were a problem because they could just go over and over again, just dive bombing you and blowing you up like this jet did right here. This is just one of my online mates. I just asked him to do this as an example. But this just goes to show how annoying jet griefers can be. And you could try firing missiles at them and they'll just dodge them. The only way to really take them down, at least before the explosive sniper came out, was to try and use another jet or any other kind of aircraft that was capable of fighting a jet. But now with the explosive sniper, it's so much easier to take down jets. All you have to do is shoot them once or twice, and that's it. He's on fire now. And now when I shoot him again, that's it. The jet's going down. It's so much easier. You don't have to worry about sort of getting another jet or them just blowing you up constantly. Just get your explosive sniper out, shoot the jet once or twice, and that's it. They're done for. And coming in at the number 1 spot on this list is we're going to have the Combat MG Mark II. Now this weapon absolutely devastates people. The reason why it's so good is because it's powerful, it has a rapid fire rate, and it's very accurate. And the thing that sets it apart from the regular MGs is the fact that it doesn't do that recoil thing. It fires completely straight. You'll notice with the regular Combat MG, whenever you go to fire at someone, especially if you're aiming for the head, it tends to ping up slightly, meaning it's much harder to get headshots. But this problem is solved with the Combat MG Mark II. Because it doesn't have recoil and it fires quite straight, it means it's much easier to get headshots. And also the damage rating is drastically increased, meaning it absolutely just shreds your opponents. Even if they're behind cover and they shoot you more, because this thing's got such a high damage rating, it wipes them out almost instantly. So there we have it. The Combat MG Mark II is definitely my go-to weapon for PvP combat, simply because of its damage, its accuracy, and its long-range distance. Those 3 factors combined make it the best weapon, at least in my opinion, for PvP. And there we go, that's my personal opinion of the most useful weapons in GTA Online. Let me know what you think. If you have a list of the most useful weapons, maybe let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then feel free to drop a like. If you're new to my content, then consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.